Well, look what we have here. It is a Saturday. It is a glorious Saturday, and I get to sit here with a bunch of witches and do a quick divination ceremony. This is going to take about like 45 minutes, and we're asking specifically, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? Very specific, because we're not messing around. I'm doing so well filtering myself for YouTube. I think I'm really proud of myself because I do not filter my language like at all. Well, I do now, apparently. But it's okay. You guys are worth it. This is all worth it. I can do this. Apparently, the big red play button doesn't like that I drop F-bombs like they're glitter. So I have to complain about it a minute. Okay. Not gonna lie, I'm a little distracted today. And I'm distracted because today is the second recording of Wisdom in the Weave, the podcast that we started. That first episode got so much attention. It's on Spotify and it's on YouTube. And I'm so excited about what we're going to be talking about today. Oh, so that's where my head is. And my head is also into the fact that today we break ground on the beds that we're going to be growing our food in this year. We're doing a permaculture setup in the front yard. We're not really breaking ground because that's not like how it's done, but we are building the beds and starting to set up that system for this year. And I'm very, very excited about it. I'm not excited about the ticks. This is my first year with ticks because I've lived in places where they're not really an issue. Not like this. So not excited about that, but so see, I got a lot going on. There's always a lot going on at Weirdbrook. We're like building worlds here and helping witches build worlds where they are. And so there's always just like big, huge, like once in a lifetime projects that we're working on all of the time. It's pretty great, by the way. Okay. I'm going to start by taking 3 deep breaths, but I need to check in with our mod god. Do we have any voice of God announcements today? All right, so let's do this then. Start by taking 3 deep breaths, and then I'm going to get into this. I humbly invite all that is fire within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is air within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is earth within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you bless this flow. I humbly invite all that is water within this system to witness this working. And if alignment is found, may you choose to bless this flow. I beckon to this system. May we now align as one. For my cousins are the elements, and so the moon and sun. I call to those who love me. You are welcome in this space. For our nature is united. sharing magic, life, and grace. And now we make a declaration of intention. I choose now in this moment to align with my whole self. To pull the book that tells my story from its place upon the shelf. I enter now this circle made of trust and hope and power. And I show up for my practice in this place and at this hour. Because I am home. That was a good one. Did you hear it? Under pressure. Are we ready? Grab your decks and spread them, witches. Let's do this. Again, we're asking, where does our attention need to be today in order to bring the most expansion in our relationship with our life and our practice? All right. I spent most of the day yesterday working on rewriting my grimoire. I just published the Grimoire of the Ungovernable last year. It was digital. I'm looking to actually publish it, physical publishing. And so, of course, I took this opportunity to update the grimoire to reflect more of what we're doing now, right? Because the grimoire is defining the path of a witch born of shadow. It's a tradition that is specially curated for neurodivergent, black sheep, cycle breaking queerdos. And we have an international coven. We have systems of mutual aid. We have physical locations. We have virtual spaces. We have our own app space, and we are gathering. And so I have been kind of updating things. And I was writing a lot about new moon rituals and kind of the cadence of this tradition. And on the new moon, we generally do manifestation workings. Our coven has a ritual rave where we dance to embody our manifestations or to manifest through embodiment. It's a lot of fun. Think of like witchy Zumba, right? We dance together in unison, and it's a really powerful ceremony that we do. And it's just, yeah. I'm proud of all of us, guys. I'm proud of us. I'm proud of you guys showing up so consistently and doing this divination ceremony. I hope that it is the support that I intended it to be. It seems to. You guys seem to be really into it. I'm super into it. It's finally getting to where it's not as awkward. I think a lot of that has to do with the fact that I have Ocean's face to look at now, and I'm not just like staring at a camera. Okay. I'm going to get started. We have our card. The card on the top of the deck represents where our attention needs to be, what's highlighted today. The card on the bottom of the deck represents what we're in resistance to or in denial of that is blocking our flow, getting in our way, or needs to be addressed in order to open our lives up or bring our lives into alignment with our calling and purpose and power and all of that deliciousness. The Three of Cups reversed. Here we go. So this is the card. I'm going to read the prompt that's written directly on the card. I'm not going to influence your interpretation of it. Here we go. You've lost touch with friends or loved ones due to responsibilities or a busy schedule. Put in some extra effort to reconnect with those people to ensure that those relationships remain strong. There may also be some gossip in your inner circle, so keep your ear to the ground. And the Three of Cups upright is you're entering a happy time in your life. You may be reconnecting with long-lost friend, relative, or loved one, or you may be celebrating something important to you. Spend quality time with the people most important to you. All right, so think about it. While you're thinking about it, I'm going to deal with the little snag on my nail because I just can't. What does that mean to you? If your guides were using that card to communicate a facet of your relationship with your life, what are they trying to say? So now I'm going to influence you. It's so important for us to remember that these readings that we do when we're checking into the collective flow, we have to take into consideration the readings that we've had before. We have to scale out and kind of look at what this could possibly be saying in relation to like bigger things. So we've been talking a lot about this decision. It's always this decision. We've always got a decision to make, right? This decision for this season, where you're going to be investing your physical, mental, and emotional labor so that you can manifest the life of your dreams, right? That's going to require some really significant changes in the way that you currently engage with your life. That being said, this year is ripe for those kinds of changes. In fact, it's like the most fertile soil possible to plant your biggest, wildest dreams, because it cannot fail. What you choose to invest in cannot fail this year especially. So there's lots of this like aim really big, think really big. You're thinking too small. Think outside of the box. What do you really want? Kind of energy going on. So when you get busy, because you will, this is going to get big. It's going to require a lot of your physical, mental, and emotional labor. All right. It is so important that you include time to nurture the relationships closest to you, because they are paying. Your physical, mental, and emotional labor invested into the life of your dreams is costing them too, right? If you think about that, right? Those that are closest to us are the ones we feel safest with. So they often get the brunt of our like overstimulation or our frustration, or our shortest like temper, shortest fuse is usually reserved for those closest to us. And so this is a time to pause and actually take a look at that and see what we're actually doing there, and do something to nurture that relationship or those relationships now before it gets busy. And in fact, you can even prepare those closest to you and say, hey, I'm about to do this big, scary thing. And the chances are pretty high that I'm going to be overstimulated and needing extra support. And I just want you to know that if we lose touch or I get busy, it's not because I don't care about you. And or encourage them, hey, if you need connection, please reach out to me. I'm going to need you to initiate that contact, because I'm about to go into this busy phase, and I don't want you thinking that I don't care about you, right? So those kinds of conversations and engagements would be really important right now. So the relationships that are closest to you, what can you do to fertilize that ground, right, for this future growth that you're doing? Does that all make sense? Does anyone have any questions about that particular thing? It's pretty straightforward. I have noticed that we get this card every few months, right? We seem to get this card every few months of this, like, hey, just reminder. Those that are closest to us are the ones we feel the most comfortable with showing our rougher bits to. And gratitude for that is a really good thing to show, actively show. Okay, so let's look at what we're in resistance to or in denial of that is kind of clouding our ability to really effectively show up in that way. The Death card upright. So here we go. So this is what you're in resistance to or in denial of that is influencing your ability to show up in your closest relationships. Change is incoming. Perhaps you need to let go of an unhealthy relationship. One major phase in your life is ending, but that opens the door for new beginnings. Let go of uncertainty and allow yourself to start anew. And the reverse is you've been resistant to change or worried about letting go of something. Holding on to the past can limit your future. Trust the process and have the courage to take a step forward. Spending so much energy fighting the inevitable only delays progress. This is what you're in resistance to or in denial of that is influencing your ability to make connections and to nurture your close connections. I'm trying not to influence you with my face, but I'm not making any promises because I don't have a poker face. I wear it all like here. And what Bridget said is really good there. Balancing transition out of the big cappy pappy has been a lot. It is a lot. Reserving that space has been paramount. Mhm. Building worlds outside of the mainstream uh, way of engaging with life is a lot, but it's so worth it. And that's why we have created so many supports, both physical and virtual, because we're fully aware of how difficult that is. And we're also fully aware that the best way to do that is through community. So do it together. Yeah, the first card was reversed. Okay, so let's look at this the death card. Dun dun dun. Remember yesterday we were talking about how quick changes, fast changes are painful, right? Those are like tower moments where everything that isn't meant for you is stripped away suddenly, right? It hurts. It hurts deep, right? This card is that as well. This card is such a profound change in what you are doing now to what you are going to be doing, right? Uh, this death and rebirth, though, also gives us that opportunity. It reminds us that at any time we can just stop and start something else. It is scary. You don't know what's on the other side of that, but it is within your authority to either resist that significant change or accept the inevitable and make your preparations. And there's other cards in the deck that represent these big transitions in your life, these big changes. This card specifically is like a complete metamorphosis is what this is. This is you are going from and it being in this placement where it's in what you're in resistance to or in denial of, uh you being in resistance to the fact that this is going to be a complete change. You can't balance in both. You can't balance in both. It's going to require a complete letting go and a complete starting new. And that makes you really fucking nervous. Right. And so, of course, that's going to influence your closest relationships. Right. You're having to take into consider these closest relationships and actually decide, is this a part of that world that I'm letting go? Is this person, this relationship, a part of that world that I need to let go, regardless of how long or how deep or how close our connection is? That connection was built on heavy masking or having to kind of force yourself to behave in a way that makes the other person comfortable so that and that's what's maintaining the relationship, right? Do you see what I'm saying? You have to decide that, right? And it makes sense why now is a good time to look at what relationships too do you want to nurture now, so that when you're in the world of your dreams, who's going to support you there? And who's going to try to keep you grounded or pull your head out of the clouds? Are you planning the funeral? Heather says, I get a sense of letting go of relationship and our resistance to losing big change can keep clutter that prevents whole connections with our guides and key people. That's a good one. Heather, you always have such great insight. Like I frequently say, if you're not a reader already, like a tarot reader already, uh, it'd be great. It would be an interesting tool. My job, my whole full-time job, it's not necessarily talent scouting, but helping witches find their like things that they'd be really good at. And that's so highlighted, but I get a sense that there's um that you have like a professional background that supports your ability to interpret cards in the way that you do. I could be wrong, but anyway, you're really good at it. Um, okay. This is a very, very like clear cut thing. Like this is it's to me, it's very much saying that the reason you're not investing in your relationships right now is that you're not really sure of which ones are going to actually die off and which ones are going to stay with you. So there's this uncertainty. So that's really the question to ask yourself. Like, what's going on here? Okay. All right. It's fantastic. Does anyone have any questions about that? It's okay. So when I get done here, we're doing a transition and then we're going to be going live again for Wisdom in the Weave. And I'll be joined by the Unbound Witches as well. And we're going to start off the conversation with talking about how our relationship with our physical bodies influences our magical practice. And it's such a good one because again, we specialize in helping neurodivergent people who have have a complicated relationship with being embodied and how that again influences our relationship with our magic and our magical practice. It's one of my favorite conversations. It's all my favorite conversations because this is a result of my special interest, my obsession. Let's close out this working and I will see you very shortly at Wisdom in the Weave. So put your hand on your heart and take a deep breath. This working is now closing, but the magic has just begun. I humbly thank the elements and both the moon and sun. To all who chose to bless this flow, I now sincerely thank you. May our practice be expansive and our course be clear and true. All right, witches. Remember, if you can't be good at it. And I'll see you later. Bye.